and if you're new here, hey girlies! So if you didn't notice, the intro song is different now. Why? Because Miss Janae Aiko wanted me to run her some dough, and she copyrighted all my videos. So thanks so much, Janae Aiko. I can't wait to be a singer slash celebrity one day, and I'm gonna call you out on it. I know it wasn't her personally, it was probably her record label, but still, leave me alone. So today's video is going to be a girl talk video. If you haven't been keeping up with my channel, or if you have, I basically posted a video called Interviewing My Ex. So I interviewed my ex-boyfriend, and it got very real. Like, I spilled tea, he spilled tea, like we just talked about the relationship and all.
You guys cheat, like Jan, did you cheat on Vanessa?
No.
Vanessa, did you cheat on Jan?
No.
There was no cheat. But why?
Wait, first of all, okay, no. Okay, the day that I was sitting there doing my laundry, I remember for a week, things started to get weird between us. And then that's when you know who. And like the reason of me doing the video, honestly, was more for myself, like closure, I guess. I mean, obviously, like, it's content, so it's like, you know, entertainment for people, but I mainly did it for myself. When me and him split, it was not for a good reason. So the fact that I like talked about it in the video, and so many people, like you guys, so many people were commenting back that I should take him back and that we should try again and we should be in a relationship. So many of you guys, like, it's crazy because I have shown you guys 2 relationships so far in the 5 years, I think 5 years that I've been on YouTube now. So I have shown you guys 2 whole relationships. I don't think I've ever shown you guys like anybody that I was like talking to at the moment. But out of those 2 relationships, he was one of them and the other one was Carl, right? And every single time I would post a video with Carl, you guys would always comment like, why does she look so uninterested in him? Does Vanessa even like this guy? And people on his channel would be like, we can tell she's not even into you, bro. Which I was into him, so like, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here like, yeah, I never really liked him. Nah, bitch, I did like him. But that was always the comments. And then when it came to this guy, whenever I like showed him in like stuff, because I used to post about him on Instagram, I used to have him on my story all the time, back in the day. He was like my first like real relationship that I showcased to anybody. Like, he met my mom, like the whole spiel. Now don't get me wrong, I had a little boo thing in high school and he met my mom, of course, but like I feel like that's not the same as when you're an adult. So what I'm trying to say is like, I showed him a little bit, like, you know, just a tad bit. And so many people would always be like, Vanessa, you look so happy with him, like blah, blah, blah. Like everyone always thought I was so happy. I had a glow. Even Denzel said it like so many times. He's like, every time I would see you 2 together, like, I was just like, wow, you guys are probably gonna get married one day. Like, I can just tell, I have a feeling. And he's not the first one to say that. But, and it sucks because like, obviously, he's saying these things and all my friends are saying these things, and even my own mother is like saying like, I've just always had a feeling about him, I don't know why, Vanessa. And obviously my mother wants the best for me. She's not gonna try to set me up for heartbreak or for failure, because my mom was there when everything happened, you know? So I don't know, it's just shocking to me that everyone around me is telling me like this, but like my mind is telling me something completely different. So today's video, we're gonna be talking about my situation, and I would love for you guys to give me like input, feedback, and I'm also going to like tell you reasons why you shouldn't get back with your ex or why you should. So maybe you clicked on this video because you're like, I'm going through this right now, like I don't know if I should get back with my ex-girlfriend or my ex-boyfriend or whoever you're dating. Just listen to what I have to say, and maybe it'll help you like figure out your situation, or maybe you've never been in a relationship and you could take this advice and run with it in the future, I guess. So the number one thing that people need to look at whenever they consider getting back with their ex is, why did you guys break up in the first place? And that was something I had to really reflect on. And the thing is, I took him back after he cheated on me, and I didn't reflect enough, clearly. But then after taking him back, I really sat back and I was like, is this really right? Because I believe, and I mean it's facts, that everybody breaks up for a reason. There's always a reason behind a breakup, whether it be someone cheated or someone, you know, was being weird and things just got strange, or the miscommunication, or work is too much, school is too much, or the person, you guys just don't click at all anymore. Like, there's always a reason behind a breakup, and whenever people try it again, they forget the reason why they broke up in the first place. Now, like I said, the first time I broke up with him, or we split apart, was because he was, you know, I wasn't the only person in his life.
in the way that I was. Me and him were together, but he was also texting somebody on the side. He was talking to this girl. She was flying out to our city and like all this stuff like that I shouldn't have taken him back, you know, because he did all this. He was my first like real love, and he told me he loved me and whatever. We've talked about it since, and like we've confirmed it. Yes, it was all real, but he still did that. And I will never forget that. You know what I mean? Like, I know like there's a thing called forgive and forget, and I'm totally that person. That's why I'm able to like try to be friends or try to like allow people back in my life again. Like, for example, I have a friend named Steven, and me and him had a falling out, and now like whenever I'm in LA, I try to see him, or we try to like talk and hang out, because we were best friends at one point and we fell out for a stupid reason. So I know that like I can definitely forgive people, and I could go back into things, I guess, like friendships and stuff. But if you cheat on me or if you pull some shit like that, it's just not that simple for me to just like jump back in. It's like one thing would be you guys broke up because of miscommunication, because you guys were both busy, and then okay, if you guys eventually have the time, you could try again, sure. But if somebody cheats on you, they broke that trust that you can never get back at the end of the day. And I feel like you would have to really like I said, one, you have to realize why you guys broke up. And we broke up because he decided to be sneaky and pull some shit behind my back, right? And we were best friends at that point. Like, I know today, and you guys need to know this as well, don't get into a relationship if that's not your best friend. Like, that's why you should always wait to really learn about somebody or be with or like be their friend first before you jump into a relationship, because you never know. And that's like something scary that I dealt with very recently. I became friends with somebody maybe 2.5, 3 months ago, back in like July. We became friends, and after a couple of days they were on some I want to date type shit, and I was just like, first of all, I just met you, like I don't want to jump in a relationship with you. And they literally were like, well, if you don't want to date me, I can't be your friend either. And it just got so bad and like so messy, and like I will definitely tell that story time eventually. But like, because you guys, it didn't stop at that. It got crazy. Like, I'm talking about notes being left on my garage, like crazy shit. But my point is, you never know. Like, if I would have started dating this person and they were already acting like crazy in some sort of way as just a friend, like I don't even know how that would have like escalated and ended. So you always have to like take that when you, or like think about that before you get into a relationship. Make sure you actually know the person, and make sure you actually can trust that person, because I know trust comes with time, but like I said, don't jump into things with a stranger. But my whole point was that this person was my best friend at one point, and they broke that trust too. Like, he broke not only like my heart, but like my trust as a friend. So like I will never forget that. So sorry, I just like went off on a tangent for like 5 minutes about the same thing, but like you need to remember that whenever you get in a relationship with somebody, or if you're gonna take somebody back, like you need to realize, why did you guys break up in the first place? We broke up because of the cheating, and yes, you could take people back after that, but like that was my best friend. You not only broke my trust in a relationship, but as a friend, like that's fucked up, you know? Because there's people that will cheat on their boyfriends and cheat on their girlfriends all day, but they would never hurt their best friend, you know what I mean? So like that just like speaks numbers to me a lot. But being friends right now, I feel like is like the healthiest thing for me and him, I guess. Number 2 on if you should get back with somebody, has time really changed anything? That's a big question, because there's people that will be exactly the same from 18 years old to 20 years old to 23 to 28 to 30. Like, there's people that just have, like, they don't grow at all. Like, they're just stuck in the same thing. It doesn't have anything to do with finances or anything. I'm talking about mentally. Like, this person is still on the same bullshit. So have you both grown completely since said situation? Because I understand that, like, I was 19 years old when I started dating him. I'm now about to be, I'm almost 22, you guys. Like, I'll be 22 in 2.5 months. So I know from me at 19 to 22, two whole different bitches, like different person completely. Like, I may still like dress kind of similar or whatever, but like mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm just like in a completely different place than I was at 19. So when I say has time really like changed you, have you become more wiser? Because yeah, you may have grown, but has the other person, or have you really grown, you know? I know, like, I can sit back and be like, yes, at 19 years old, I was extremely messy. I was always fighting people online. I was always in like high school drama at 19. And now at 21, I'm not in any drama. I'm minding my own fucking business. Like, I'm a different person. Like, I'm thinking more ahead, like, or I'm thinking more of like the next 5-10 years versus at 19 thinking about the next 24 hours having fun, you know? I know that I'm in a different place, but is the other person, and you need to think about that a lot. Are they still, you know, were they on some fuckboy shit when you met them? So are they still on that same fuckboy shit? Are they still sneaky and not trustworthy? Are they still, like, I mean, I will be real with you, some people will literally break up over like, oh, I'm, you know, going places, I have ambition, I'm building a career, and all they do is sit around and do nothing. I understand that that's kind of like sad to like break up over, but you don't want anybody holding you back at the end of the day as well. So if you're trying to prosper and do great things with your life, but this person's lazy, has no ambition, they don't give a fuck about anything, like that is also a reason that some people break up. Like, if we're gonna be brutally honest, like that happens. And there's nothing wrong with that, and you shouldn't feel guilty about that either, because if you're trying to do something with your life and your significant other is just trying to like ride your coattail, or they're hoping that something happens with you and they could just live off of you, unless you're okay with that mindset, and unless you're okay with that, then sure. But some people will break up over it, and you shouldn't feel guilty. Like, he's not doing anything, like, or she's not doing anything, or she just sits around and I pay all her bills and it's not fair to me. If you feel like it's not fair, it's not fucking fair, and you shouldn't let the other person try to convince you otherwise. But anyways, so the reason why I was saying that is because if you broke up with somebody because all they do is sit around at home all day and they play video games, they have no job, they pay no bills, they're not taking care of themselves. Now the thing is, if you're saying all these things at like 19 years old, you need to step the fuck back, because you're still a child, low-key. Because I know some people will be like, I need a man who got a nice ass car, a full ass career, he's doing this. But what are you doing, honey? You can't be over here screaming, I expect a man with a, you know, bountiful career. He needs to have at least a Mercedes C300, no E-Class, no blah, blah, blah. He has to drive this, he has to live here. But where do you live? What are you driving? What are you doing for yourself? So like, don't get ahead of yourself, sweetie. It goes both ways. There's nothing wrong with setting standards for yourself, but if you're not doing shit yourself, you can't judge anybody off of that. But so basically, if I'm over here doing shit, trying to like, you know, secure my future, and then the other person I notice is still on their same bullshit, why would I want to jump back in that and be disappointed again? You know what I mean? So like, always take that into accountability. If you guys did not actually change, whatever the reason be, if they were on some lazy shit and they don't give a fuck about their future, and they're still like that today, then like, if they don't give a fuck about their own future, why the fuck do you think they care about your relationship? You know what I mean? Like, if someone is lazy and they have no ambition, what makes you think they're gonna try to fight to keep the relationship going? Honestly, you're probably just wasting your time. And now we go into number 3. Are you gonna be wasting your time? Is this something you actually want? Because a lot of people will jump into relationships because they're lonely again, and they think they miss that person, but really like they're forgetting why they broke up in the first place. So do you actually want to give it another chance? Do you see this person being in your life in the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years? Because here's the thing, you guys, you're either dating around to have fun, or you're dating to be in a relationship to grow into something. And that's why they say there's a difference between dating and being in a relationship. Like, if you're trying to be in a relationship, you want that to grow, you want to build with each other, and eventually you guys are either going to get married or just be partners for life, right? But if you're just dating around, then okay, that's a different story. But if you're trying to be in a relationship, do you see this person still being in your life in 5 years? Do you still see this person being around in 10 years? You know what I mean? So if you're saying no to either of those, you're wasting your time, and you're just setting yourself up and them for more heartbreak or just trouble in the future. Especially if you're a young person, like, these are your years to have fun. And like, obviously you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna learn things during this time of your life as a young adult. But also, like, don't be stupid. Like, don't waste your time, because you're not gonna be 21 forever. You're not gonna be 23 forever. Your 20s are gonna come and go. So like, have fun and don't waste your time. But like, but also don't, I don't know. Just don't waste your time in both ways. Like, don't just like sit around and like expect something to happen, but also don't like jump into something and waste your time. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. And the last thing that I guess kind of like ties in with all of that is, do you see it going differently this way around, and do you see this person being capable, or yourself being capable of being in that relationship? Because relationships are not easy. They are actually a lot of work, and I know that like sounds like super dramatic, because I mean I've obviously been in relationships before, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, it takes work as in like you guys have to always fight for the relationship, because no, if you're always fighting for it, then like it's probably not meant to be, sweetie. Is it worth it like trying again, I guess? So when I like to sit back, I love these videos because they're like a therapy session for me, and they help me like think about my life and think about how I want to like go about things. Some people may think these are too personal, but that's how I run my channel. I'm not like a daily vlogger. Like I like to do personal stuff like this. Now, I'm not sitting here assuming that the other person wants to get back together either. Like, don't get me wrong. Haven't seen the video, go check it out. Just right there, click on Simply Ness 15 and go watch the video. It's one of my recent ones. But I don't know, I feel like I am a very readable person, if that's even a word. Readable person. Like, I feel like you can read me very easily. You can tell if I'm uncomfortable. You can tell if, you know, I'm upset about something. And I feel like after I watched the video back a couple times, because I will do that, I'll go and like rewatch my videos sometimes, like especially if it's like a serious topic like this. Like I'll like to go back and watch those and just like look at my body language, look at the other person's body language, and just like, I don't know, I feel like rewatching that video, I could tell that I was kind of triggered and still kind of like, not upset, but like I was kind of like standoffish, kind of like about the whole situation. So the fact that so many people were commenting saying like, Vanessa, you guys have to, there's something there, you guys have to, like it could just be people just saying shit just to say it, but the fact that so many people like were commenting that is like actually crazy to me, and it starts to make me think a little bit too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna let the internet control my life, and I'm gonna, you know, somebody tells me jump, I'm just gonna jump. No, it's not gonna happen. But I definitely take everything that you guys say into consideration, because a lot of you guys have grown with me. Like so many of you have told me like, Vanessa, I've been watching you for 4 years, I'm watching you for 3 years. Like you guys have grown with me, and I actually have personal relationships with a lot of you. That's why I say follow me on Instagram, not just like to follow me, but because I follow a lot of you back, and I'm DMing a lot of you guys. We've built relationships like just through that. So I do definitely take your opinions into consideration. So feel free to let me know below in the comments what you think. This is not me sitting here saying like, should I get back with him? You guys like help me, because that's not gonna happen anytime soon. One, he doesn't even live in the same state as me. But like, what's your opinion on everything, like as like in the situation as a whole? Like let me know. Go watch the other videos so you can find out like what actually really all went down, if you want like the full tea, because that was like a 30-minute video, and I'm not gonna sit here for 50 minutes and explain everything again when there's another video on my channel about it. But let me know what you guys think, like really let me know what you think. So this was like a girl talk / advice / help me type video in a way. I love sitting down and filming these types of videos. Yeah. I'm so sad though that my freaking memory card broke, because you guys, I did a chit chat get ready with me today, did this pink look with purple liner, the whole spiel, the whole deal, just for my memory card to break. And I told the most story time that I told with today's chit chat get ready with me was actually so good. Like it was actually so good. So now I'm gonna have to refilm it or just make it its own story time. I don't know, we'll see. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Whatever puts my heart at ease.